Hey guys, sorry that I'm not here to get our math block started, but hopefully I'll be able to join you in just a little bit. But I wanted to go ahead and show you the brand new division strategy that we will be working on. But first, let's go ahead and do our positive affirmation. So I'm going to say it, then I want you to repeat it, okay? All right. I can learn from others. I can solve problems. I am not afraid of difficult tasks. I can exercise my mind. I can keep going when things are tough. And I can try new strategies. And the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. Very good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with 63 divided by 3. I know on this slide, if you can see it, it wants us to use place value discs, but we're going to jump right in using the place value chart that we did with multiplication. So we're now going to be using that with division. So I'm going to make my screen bigger so you can see me and you can see my board. So I'm going to write 63 divided by 3. And we're going to put in because we're trying to find some number, okay? All right, so I'm going to start by drawing my place value chart. You can just put T for tens, but I'm going to spell it out so I know, because you know how sometimes I get confused. All right, now I'm going to take our total 63 and I'm going to go ahead and show it in the place value chart. I know I'm going to be separating and decomposing that number, but I'm going to show it in my chart first. So how many tens do I have in 63? That's right, we have 6 tens. So I'm going to put my place value discs right here, and I have 6 tens. How many ones are in 63? 3. All right. Now, here's the change from multiplication. We are having to divide or break apart these tens and ones. So I'm going to draw another solid line. Okay? Then I am going to create 3 groups on my place value chart. So I have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. I like to put the numbers there to know that I have split my place value chart into the correct number in groups because I'm dividing 63 by 3. So first things first, I'm going to distribute my tens. I'm going to make sure that each group gets the same amount of tens. Okay? So I'm going to cross out this 10 here and give it to group 1. I'm going to do the same with this 10 here and give it to that second group. Same with that third 10. And then I'm going to start over, give that 10 to group 1, this 10 to group 2, and this 10 to group 3. Have I distributed or divided all of my tens? Yes, I don't have any left over. They have all been given out. Now I'm going to distribute my ones. So I'm going to take my 1 here, and I'm going to give it to group 1. Take my 1 here and give it to group 2. And then I'm going to take my 1 here and give it to group 3. Do all my groups have the same number represented? Yes. So I have given out all my tens, all my ones. Each group has the same amount. So if I were to ask you, what is 63 divided by 3? Where is your answer? It's what's in each group. So if I look at group 1, sorry about that blip. All right, so my answer, I have to look and see what's in each group. So I have 2 10s and 1 1. So each group has 21. So my answer is going to be 21. So N equals 21. Okay? Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Okay, we're going to solve 74 divided by 2. And this time I'm going to put an A for apples. How about that? We have 74 apples. We're dividing them into 2 groups. I want to know how many apples there are. So I'm going to draw my place value chart. I'm going to label my 10s and 1s. Okay, so take a minute. If you need to pause the video, that's fine. But make sure you are very clear in your strategy. All right, first things first, I'm going to take my total and I'm going to show it in the place value chart. So I'm going to show 7 10s and I'm going to show 4 1s. Then since that's my total, I'm going to draw my line right here because that's my total. All right, and I'm going to now do just dotted lines to show my number of groups. So here's 1 group, 2 groups. So I'm taking 74 and dividing it into 2 groups. So first things first, I'm going to divide my 10s. Okay, I'm going to distribute my 10s. I have 1 10, 1 10. 1 10. There's a problem. I have distributed 6 10s, but what do you notice? I have a 10 left over, and I can't put it here because then that would make my groups unequal. But if I'm remembering back to our bundles of 10 and unbundling 10s, I can move that 10 into the 1s and unbundle it. So I can exchange this 10 for 10 1s. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just changing how the number looks. So this 10 was left over, and I unbundled that 1 10 into 10 1s. Now I can distribute them. Now I can divide them into the 2 groups. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. It's very, very important for you to be organized as you are dividing and drawing this chart, because if not, it's very easy to get off. So once you slash one out, make sure you go ahead and you distribute it. Slash, distribute, slash, distribute, slash, distribute, slash, distribute. Okay, so all 10s have been distributed. We even had to exchange our 10s for our 1s, and we distributed all the 1s. So what is my answer to 74 divided by 2? Well, it's what's in each group. So let's look here. In my first group, I see that I have 3 10s. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So I have 37 in each group. I can come down here and I can even show 30 plus 7 equals 37. So A would equal 37. Okay? Now it is your turn. What I want you to do is I want whoever is in the adult in this room, they're going to pause the video, and I'm going to show you the problem that you are going to work on. You are going to be solving the problem 75 divided by 3. So you are going to use this place value chart, this place value strategy to solve 75 divided by 3. Okay, so to get started, remember you're going to get your chart drawn, tens and ones, show your total, create your groups, and then distribute. Okay, so pause this video. Do not hit play until you are ready to see the solution. Okay, we're back. All right, so I'm going to share with you my strategy. So I drew the place value chart. I have my tens and ones. I represented the total in the chart. I have 7 tens, and I had 5 ones to begin with, except I made an oopsies. At the beginning, I only put 3. I saw that 3, and I put a 3 instead of 5 ones. So always double check your tens and ones. Then what I did is I drew my solid line and then drew my 3 groups. I labeled them 1, 2, 3. Then I took my tens and I started giving 1, slashing, giving 1, slashing, giving 1. And I got to the point where I had given out 6 of the tens equally, but I had 1 still there. So I unbundled that 10 into 10 ones and then distributed my ones until I had given all of them out. So where is my answer? It's the number in the group, in each group. So let's look. I just like to circle one of the groups after I know that they're equal. And I have 2 tens, which is, sorry about that little blip, but my answer is what's in each group. So I have 2 tens, so that value is 20, plus 5 ones. So when I put that together, my answer is 25. So 75 divided by 3 is 25. Take a moment, and I just want you to look at my strategy, what you have on your paper. If you have anything different or something that doesn't match, double check your work. So I just want you to take just a minute or two to look at this strategy. Okay, so we're going to take this strategy and we're going to make connections with some equations. Like we did with multiplication and even with division with our area model, I'm going to write a series of equations that models what our picture shows, okay? So I started with 75 divided by 3. I ended up distributing 6 tens and my 5 ones plus my 10 I unbundled, so 15 ones, and divided by 3. Okay, so you're going to see this in your book later. So after I started the picture model and I showed 75 and I've got my 3 groups going, I ended up dividing or distributing 6 tens. Then I had to move that 1 10 to the ones place to have a total of 15 ones. Okay? So then I had 6 tens divided by 3 plus